let's see, we've got a Crosley. This is a 25D. This is the dashboard radio. In pretty good shape, has all the knobs, which is always something that goes missing. Tuning seems to work. Now, the only one of these that I've ever worked on had silver mica disease, and I could never get it to align properly after that. It plays, but the alignment's off, and it's never going to be great. Hopefully I can do better with this one. Sleep, okay. It's got a nice big C there in the middle for Crosley. Cabinet is in really nice shape. So yeah, let's get it apart and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so here's the chassis. You can see those two look like they may have been replaced. Same with that one, although I'm not 100% sure on that. These are definitely original. It's original. The filter capacitor is definitely original. It's had a few changed tubes. Got, yeah, it's original. I don't really see anything in bad shape. Well, this is cool. Okay. So I kind of prop it up the way I can get it to work on. Basically, it looks like we're just going to change these capacitors. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 papers, and that's a little sketchy, but I guess it works. Before I do that, though, while my soldering iron is warming up, I'm going to just go ahead and spray out these controls, make sure they're, you know, gotta make sure they're smooth. That's the volume control. We'll do the same thing with the tuning. Not too worried about tuning, but it does. It's got a ball bearing in it, so we're gonna have to oil that. But spraying it out with that first is good. Then sometimes I'll use WD-40 to just loosen it up. Yeah, it's a little better. It's still a little tight, but it's working better than it was. And then we'll put the actual oil in it. So the WD-40 will dry up. It's just like, I think it's like kerosene or something. I'm not sure, but... Oops. This will stay as oil, and it should be good for quite some time. So it's better. It's not great, but it's better. Okay, so let's see about... I mean, I don't like to typically show replacing capacitors because it's kind of crazy. Everyone does capacitors, so I'm going to start working on that. I'll start changing them, and then we'll be back. All right, so this capacitor right here, it's a 0.0005 at 1,000 volts. Now, of course, there's nowhere near 1,000 volts in here. Most likely what it is it's probably dealing with voltage spikes in the output tube, which can sometimes be a little higher than the typical 200 or 400 volts they used to use. In an AC set, I might, especially something with push-pull, I might replace it with 1,000 volt if I can. I have this capacitor here. This is a 630, and this will fit right there. And that will do it just fine. Okay, I went ahead and I changed all the capacitors. These have a couple air connections, but they're very tight, so it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, so we'll power it up, see if it works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring this up on the Variac here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power supply, and we'll give it 10 volts. Now, of course, with this, I won't see anything other than the tubes lighting up. 25 volts. Go to about 30 volts. Don't see much happening, but it doesn't mean it isn't happening. Do I see a little bit of something? I don't know. 50 volts. Hard to see. Let me shut that off. I don't see any activity, but it doesn't mean it isn't going to happen. 70 volts, I should be definitely seeing something, and I'm not. Oh no, I am. Never mind.
Capitol Hill lawmakers grill former military leaders who oversaw the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021. CBS's Stacey Lynn before the House for an
and away we go. But yes, Mike Williams adding to a guy that Aaron Rodgers can actually throw the football to, somebody not named Garrett Wilson. That is a good job.
Minus
0.52 million rate.
kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for
Guess it works.
here in the U.S. or Connecticut here. So I just wanted to go over that a little bit. Excuse me. Also, while I was there doing some business in
Sounds good to me. All right, I guess it's working. So I guess we put it back together. Well, this was a quick one. Surprised these IF transformers aren't bad. They usually are. So I guess we got lucky with that. And so yeah, very good. Very good. Now, of course, what I'll do is I'll put it back together and play it for a while, make sure it's going to cooperate and that there's no other issue. I should also spray out that radio phono switch on the back. Sometimes those like to be a little bit intermittent and that can cause some problems. So let me just throw in here. Let me just do that. Disconnect that, and so it's sounding pretty good. Definitely sounds nice. All right, I guess we'll pack it up. Okay, so we got the Crosley working.
With the preborn network of clinics because the work
speaker has a little rattle in it.
And it's selfless. Heavens, talk about it here. It's wild. Now there are some people even give a sermon because he be taught.
Yeah, so this may come apart again to just fix that speaker. It's not bad at normal volume, but when you turn it up, it's... Yeah, here it's... Yeah, it's rattling a bit.
I just mentioned quickly that EWTN has a very rich content library, and we bring
it is working.
Retreat teachings,
Clock
lectures,
works.
exclusive EWTN programs hosted by priests you know and trust. You'll hear Father Larry
Stand
Richards,
here
Father
because
John
I'm holding
McConnell,
it,
Father
but
Benedict
in
Rochelle,
general, it's
and
working.
many more. That's the Fathers Know Best.
Taste that keeps my voice in peak. Before a midnight deadline, the House passed a $1.2 trillion spending package to fully fund the
So
government for the
it
next
works,
6
but
months.
I gotta fix that speaker, so that'll be, at some point I'll do it, but I just wanted to at least get it up and running.
In the affirmative, the rule